Hello and welcome to my channel. Age is just a number and my name is Barbara Jean. This is a channel for women over 40, over 50, over 60, over 70 and beyond who have a love of fashion and beauty. And today it's about good luck on New Year's Day. So it's neither. So it is January 1 and I am in my kitchen. I still got all my trees up. I don't start really taking everything down until January 6th. Per the story, that's when the wise men came. So, but today I'm going to share with you how I make my black-eyed peas and tamales for lunch / dinner on New Year's Day. So if you want to see how I'm doing this, stay tuned. I'll be right with you. So here's what we're going to start off with. I have a frozen package that I get from my favorite farmer's market. And it's black-eyed peas. And what he does is he gets them, I guess, in the summer and then flash freezes them to sell all throughout the year. And then he also sells tamales. And that is our thing. That's Patrick and I's thing. We love tamales on New Year's Day instead of cornbread, and we'll get into what the corn means in a little bit. But these are from yellow corn, and these are actually pork tamales. And he gets these from, when I say he, it's the owner of the farmer's market. He gets these from a local Fort Worth restaurant that has been around for decades here. And of course now this is only a half a dozen. So it's just Patrick and I here today for New Year's. So this will be enough for us. But yes, I went ahead and bought for later, another, maybe in a week or two or whatever, another bag of peas and some more tamales, because this just makes a wonderful meal for us. So what we're going to do is, I'm going to bring you over here to the stove, and I have one of my Le Creuset tops out here, and it is the purple, it's called eggplant color, and it's a small one. So what I'm going to do here is cut open, if I can get the tripod sitting here. Okay. I'm going to cut open the fresh peas. And these have some little snaps in them. I love the snaps in them. So what I'm going to do is start out with 2 cups of water. All right, I'm going to turn on the burner. And this is the big burner in the center, which is, I'll show you, is the the big one, so it has 2 rings of fire. So because those are frozen, what I'm going to do is cook these for a few minutes until basically they're not frozen anymore. And then when they're, and that's just basically getting them, you know, to not the frozen state anymore. And then I will add in some my seasoning to it and put the lid on top of them to actually cook them. The tamales only take, because they are frozen and they're already cooked. So what I will do is I will actually put them on a cookie sheet and put them in the oven for about 25 minutes at 325 degrees. So, all right, guys, I'll see you in just a little bit. Okay, so as you can see, the peas are have been brought to a boil. Now, I like to cook them slow. So now what I'm going to do, because the fire that comes out of this center part is not low enough as to what I like. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn this one off, and then I'm going to move it to the very small one on the back corner. I'm going to get my mitts on because the pot is hot. Oops. And I'm going to turn it on low. And now what I'm going to do is the magic ingredient, bacon. Now, if I didn't have any bacon, I would use, hold on, let me get it. Bacon grease. Yes, I keep a tub of bacon grease in my refrigerator. Now, no self-respecting Southern woman doesn't have a tub of bacon grease in the fridge. Actually, my mother didn't keep it in the fridge. She just kept it out in a container, this container that she would put it in, and it has a little stranger. This is very old. I don't use it anymore. I used to keep it in the fridge, but I don't even know if I can get the lid off. Well, I'm not going to do that right now. Never mind. Okay. So, now my mother always used ham hocks. If they had them, they didn't have any fresh ham hocks at the store. So I knew I had bacon. So I'm going to add 3 slices of bacon. Now, I want to stir to see how much water I have. There's not a whole lot of water in here. That boiled down really quick. And as you know, when you put a lid on something, it cooks quicker. So I'm going to start with 1 cup of water. And pour that in. All right, I'm going to use, now most of my seasoning, I don't need to add salt because of the bacon, but I am going to put a little bit of garlic powder, just a smidgen. Just a smidgen. I will add pepper at the end, but not now. So I'm just stirring that in. And then what I'm going to do is now I'm going to put the lid on it and let those slowly cook. And then I'll come back probably in about 15 minutes and I'll check it and I'll see if it needs more water. Okay, so the peas have been cooking nicely, and I did give them just a little taste, and I added in about a teaspoon of kosher salt because they weren't quite as much as what I had wanted. So but they're cooking nicely, so I'm going to continue to put the lid back on. Now I've got the oven preheating to 325, and then when that is left, or when that's ready, I will be putting these pork tamales in the oven for about 25 minutes. So see when they come out, and it'll be almost instant for you. Haha. All right, so I thought while I'm waiting for the tamales to come out of the oven, I wanted to share a little bit about the history of the black-eyed peas. Now, black-eyed peas are grown all over the world, and different cultures use them in different ways. They have been over here in the United States since about the 1700s. And they are, let's see what it says, in the southern United States, eating black-eyed peas, or if you put them with rice, it's called hoppinjon, on New Year's Day is a tradition. And it is thought to bring prosperity in the new year, hence the good luck. So the peas are typically cooked with a pork product for flavoring, such as bacon, fatback, ham bones, or hog jowl. Well, like I had said earlier, talked about how I do them. Now, a lot of people will add peppers to them, or put a chow chow, which is a very southern thing as well too. Also, some people cook other specific vegetables alongside it, like collard greens or turnips. Turnip greens or mustard greens. I don't. Okay. And but there's always got to be some type of pork product in cooking into the black-eyed peas. Yes. And a lot of people have cornbread, which represents gold. And the gold often is for prosperity as well too. Now, sometimes I will cook cornbread and put jalapenos in them. But for New Year's, we like to have, it's just usually Patrick and I, and we like to have tamales. And the tamales are made from the cornmeal, or the corn mesa. So, and that is the yellow that we get. But it's thought to be luck because of the story that goes along with it, which dates back to the Civil War, where General Sherman and his Union Army marched through the southern states, and they started pillaging the Confederates' farmlands, which was basically their food supply. And as the story goes, that the peas they thought it was, as my mother always said, cow peas. And so they didn't think it was very important. So they left them alone. So the southern states, or the Confederates at that time, what they were called, was that like it helped them survive the winter because that was all the food that they had. And so therefore they felt lucky. So that is hence the lucky. Now, the black-eyed peas evolved into a tradition and a representation of good luck. So now, some say this is just a story. Well, I always heard it growing up because that's what my mother taught me. And my mother wrote 2 books. So, of course, I'm going to take her authority on this story. So, yeah. So we eat, and she always made us eat. Even if we just eat 1 pea, we had to eat 1 pea at least on New Year's Day. So, a lot of people make it with, they'll do different things. They'll take the black-eyed peas and they'll put it in with some other stuff and make it called black-eyed or Texas caviar. But, you'll find a lot of people will eat the black-eyed peas. So, and I think they even do it even goes up further north, but I know down here in the South it is so. So that is the little reason why we eat black-eyed peas here in the South for good luck on New Year's Day. Now, I'm going to go over here, because I don't want this to be too long. So, let me get this. The tamales are in the oven and they'll be out in about 10 minutes. The peas are in their pot with the bacon, cooking nicely. I've already tasted them. They're yummy. Now, okay, on the tamales are good just by themselves, but Patrick and I like a little bit of something to go on them, and that's what they usually serve in the restaurants too. So what we get here, I'm going to turn this, okay, is I love this is by On the Border chili con queso. It's a queso dip to pour. I just heat it up and then drizzle it on top of the tamales. And then we also have, now this is actually, it's called hot dog chili sauce, but what it basically is, it's just almost a thinner chili sauce. So I'm going to call it chili con carne. So that's what we kind of like to drizzle that on there as well too. So that's it. So this is what we have on New Year's Day for good luck. So thank you for indulging me to share with you what we have for fun, or not for fun, for good luck on New Year's Day. And this little, I don't know at this point if anybody else has done the open collab. I threw it out there and I invited, but we'll see if anybody shows up. If they do, wonderful, go and watch them. If they didn't, it's okay. I just wanted to share with you what me and Patrick have for New Year's Day. I thought it'd be just kind of fun. So I'm going to sign off here now. So, and remember, every day, ladies, get up and show up, and that means the tamales are 5 minutes away. So y'all have a wonderful day and very happy New Year, and be blessed.